Hello, my name is Bernard Aqua. I'm the CIO for MTN Ghana. Thank you very much for your warm invitation to this conference. I'm very happy to be here. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a cyber resilience strategy. Cyber Resilience Month is in Ghana is this month of October under the auspices of the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization. It just so happens that October happens to be Cybersecurity Awareness Month, also within MTN Ghana. So I think this subject is probably the most perfect subject to pick to touch on at the moment. It just so happens that this is probably one of the most pressing topics to discuss and agree on in these times. So I'm going to run you through a number of very quick slides on some thoughts that I have on cyber resilience. Thank you. So a cyber resilience strategy is a must-have. Why do I say that? In our drive to be more digital, especially in the advent of COVID, we, as companies, we're a lot more open to cyber threats and cyber attacks. Now, over the last period, we see a greater sophistication, a greater effectiveness, and a greater frequency in attack attempts by bad actors, to the extent where a company must really now, or companies in general, businesses in general, must really look at how they can be more resilient against cyber. It is no longer a situation where some companies do it and some companies don't. It is something which every company and every institution that wants to maintain its reputation must do in these days. So why a cyber resilience strategy? I've put down a few thoughts here. I'll run through them very, very quickly. It gives you a competitive edge as a company or as an institution. It allows you to show yourself up in a good way against your competition. If you're a company that is able to tout your cyber resilience and you're able to withstand attacks, even if an attack happens, you're able to recover. It endears yourself to your customer and you stand in a better position compared to your competition. It minimizes the economic impact on you if something really does happen to you. A risk management mindset is instilled on any organization that adopts a cyber resilience strategy, because you'll be focused on doing vulnerability tests, you'll be focused on making sure you identify the risks you're facing and how you can mitigate against them, to make sure they don't happen and have the right controls in place. By having a cyber security resilience strategy, you're able to instill a culture, a security awareness culture within your people. People ultimately are where cybersecurity awareness is all about, because without your people being bought into the need to be cybersecurity aware, you stand at risk of an innocent an activity resulting in something significant happening to your business. Self-awareness becomes high in any organization with a cyber resilience strategy. Why do I say that? In order to really be able to instill a strategy of this type, you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be very self-aware about where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, what you need to work on. And so it engenders that level of transparency within our organization so that you're better placed to withstand any ills that come further down the line. Deter financial loss, I guess, is on a par with the minimize economic impact. So maybe I will not spend too much time on that, except to say that obviously the less time you spend offline because of a cyber attack, the more you're able to maintain your financial numbers, the more you're able to maintain your profitability and your revenue. Last but not least, your brand can only be enhanced by being resilient. We've heard enough attacks in the press, ransomware and the like. Imagine if you're a competitor of that company that's been attacked and you were able to show that you were able to sail through some of these with nothing happening to you. It can only enhance your brand. So definitely a cybersecurity resilience strategy is a strong thing that all organizations need to look at. Stakeholder management is critical for cyber resilience. First of all, you need to know who your stakeholders are. You need to know how you build and maintain trust. Within your organization, you need to have effective board communication and make sure that as an organization, you are bought into and committed to making this happen, because you need to spend money, you need to spend time, you need to put people's focus on this activity. So it's important that as an organization, all stakeholders that have a decision to make in the organization are bought into this. And you need to communicate with the extended ecosystem around your organization. As I say, no man is an island, no organization is an island. You need to be able to show and get buy-in from the broader ecosystem around you in terms of the cyber resilience strategy. The human factor must not be overlooked. I think I mentioned earlier on around people being at the center of the strategy. To develop a cyber resilient culture, you need to really engage your people on security awareness. It's important that people are not left out of this at all, because ultimately, as I mentioned earlier on, the most innocent of activities, inadvertently, you've gone out, maybe you put some um, pictures on a pen drive, and through that pen drive being plugged into a USB port, you've opened up some malware onto a machine, your network becomes vulnerable, and that is a route via which attackers can come in. So it's important to make your people very aware of the importance of having a cyber resilience mindset. And you can do this through education, bulletins, phishing simulations. So people are very, very, aware that when I get an email and it looks a bit dodgy, I don't just open it. So you need to really get your people more and more into that. And you must extend this beyond your immediate company to partners and third parties. I have a slide that speaks to partners and third parties as well. It must be a business imperative. As I mentioned at the start of the presentation, the more we are becoming more digital and more we are doing work on digital platforms, security it now becomes more and more critical, because now an attacker can be remote. They don't have to physically come to a location to do anything. So security now takes on a whole different importance in terms of how we put ourselves out there as organizations. You need to have a clear roadmap as an organization to ensure that your capabilities around security is in line with the ever-changing landscape. The cyber criminals are also always looking for new ways and new innovative ways of launching attacks on unsuspecting companies. So it's important to also maintain your capability to make sure that you're always in tune with the latest work that is going on in the threats analysis landscape, so that you don't fall vulnerable, or you are not a victim to some of these potential attacks. As mentioned earlier, you must extend cyber resilience to your suppliers and partners. It's amazing how many times you hear about a cyber attack happening because company A is the ultimate target, but maybe they are very secure in the way they're set up. So the cyber attacker decides to go to a partner of company A who has vulnerabilities. They get onto their network, and then using the connectivity between the partner and company A, they can hop onto company A's network and begin to wreak havoc. You need to make sure that your partners and suppliers are brought in to what you're doing. In MTN, for example, we have a security baseline that we enforce with all partners. We will not onboard you as a partner unless you adhere to certain security standards. And we constantly run programs to make sure you are maintaining your cyber resilience so that you don't become the weak point through which we can be attacked. That's very important. Governance of cyber resilience is again another must. You must put structures in place to make sure that you are very clear on where you are right now about your security stance, and you are clear around certain KPIs you must meet and how you are measuring them on a regular basis. You must put in place regular cadence on testing and checks, pen tests, ethical hacks. You must try and break your own systems to see and confirm to yourself that all the measures you are putting in place are truly having an effect. Okay, and you must foster transparency and accountability so that you're able to really see what is working, what is not working, and take the right remedial steps to address. So that is a very quick run through of some of the musts on. So that was a quick run through of some of the musts for cybersecurity. So just to summarize, cybersecurity can no longer be seen from a risk lens. It is now a business imperative that has an impact on the growth and even the survival of businesses. All organizations must work towards a realistic target state in terms of where they want to be on cyber resilience, whilst enlisting support of critical stakeholders. So to conclude, it's a war out there. There are a lot of people who have uh, ill intent. It's a war out there, but the job of the likes of myself is to make sure that these individuals do not win. So I'd like to thank you for your attention, and I wish you a great day. Thank you very much.